Peace. What's happening, good people? This gift here for Payusnomind. And let's talk about Universal Music Group's war with digital distributors. Now, Spotify and Deezer's new streaming model restricting artists that can earn revenue to those that cross certain thresholds are all due to Universal Music Group's push for what they're calling an artist-centric royalty model. At heart of the issue is market share. Take this headline, for example. Major record company market share on Spotify fell again in 2022 as indie tracks flooded the service. See, over the last 5 years, major record companies and indie labels have lost 12 points off their market share. From between the years 2017 and 2022, here's the market share of major record companies and indie labels. Now, the use of artificial intelligence stands to explode the amount of artists and music being created and released to music streaming platforms. This will cause a more rapid erosion of their market share. TuneCore announced the feature allowing anyone to create and distribute tracks using an AI replica of the voice of the artist Grimes. With the artists eating up major label market share using digital distributors, major labels are declaring war, with the head of Universal Music Group referring to them as merchants of garbage. To paint a full picture, let's go back a bit to when Spotify was first introduced. Spotify was first introduced as a solution to file sharing. Illegal downloading was killing the music industry. Spotify allowed them to turn it into a revenue source by monetizing consumption. It was only a fraction of a penny, but it beat the blank they were generating due to file sharing. Initially, artists like Adele and Taylor Swift, who both famously withheld their music from the service, were concerned it would cannibalize sales. After launching in the US, the result was that Spotify cannibalized sales just as they thought it would. What happened was it ended up being a great thing for record companies as it led to a resurgence for the music industry. It's reported that major labels take up to 80% of revenue generated from streams. Now, if you take 1,000 artists generating just 1 million streams annually, they earn about $3,000 respectively. That drives $2.4 million for record companies, and yet each artist will only get $600. And if you think 1,000 artists is a lot, not when major record labels are signing over 50 artists a month. So this is why the major record companies love streaming. On top of saving the industry from file sharing, it turned discovery into a revenue source. Previously, record companies spent millions pushing songs on radio, PR campaigns to get it coverage in magazines and blogs, music video promotion to get it on MTV and BET. None of those things generated revenue. In order to make money, they needed people to go to the stores and buy it. And discovery was just a step in that process. As the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. All the discovery in the world couldn't force people to buy music they didn't feel was worth their money. Spotify and streaming made it so it's all about leading the horse to water. You don't need it to drink. The money comes from just getting it there. Once upon a time, in a land far away, people discovered a song on radio and had to go to a store and hand over money to buy it in order for a record company to get a sale. Now, they discover a song on a playlist, and that is the sale. Your friend tells you about a new song you should check out. You go to Spotify, look it up, and stream it. That's a sale. Every stream of any song on Spotify's editorial playlist over 30 seconds counts as a sale. If you streamed the song and hated it, so what? Doesn't matter. It's still a sale. If you streamed the song and loved it, great. Stream it more and generate more sales. They no longer need to make music people love in order to make money. They can simply force music on listeners to ensure they get streams and make money. Remember the time they put Drake's face as the cover of every playlist on a platform during his album release? They have the ability to force music down the throats of consumers. Now, the gravy train is dependent on how Spotify pays. Currently, whoever gets the most streams in total gets the most revenue. You get 90% of the total number of streams, you get 90% of the revenue. This disregards the individual listener, because if I have one person paying $10 to stream my music exclusively and you've got 100 people that have streamed your music just once, I only get $1. This is why the user-centric model was rejected. User-centric would have paid artists based on individual listener consumption. Under that model, a user paying $10 to stream my music exclusively would earn me $10. That model resulted in the top 10 artists seeing between a 12% and 17% decline in their revenue from streaming. Artist-centric is about rewarding artists that are responsible for the traffic driven to Spotify. They do not care what happens when they get there. This was alluded to during a Universal Music Group earnings call where UMG boss Sir Lucian Grange talked about their recent licensing deal with Spotify and an agreement ensuring that real artists with real fan bases are fairly rewarded for the platform engagement they drive. The key word there is engagement. Now, let's dive into the spin cycle, where people throw out statements in order to try to manipulate public discourse. This is a quote from Lucian Grange. Platforms need to apply stricter fraud detection and enforcement systems, removing incentives for bad actors and protecting streaming royalties for legitimate artists. Now, that's cap. It's not about stopping streaming fraud. It's about who gets to do it. Justin Bieber publicly had fans directed to engage in streaming fraud through a fan page that directed his listeners to create a playlist, put it on repeat, and stream it while they slept. His music was not banned from streaming platforms, and there was no cry from any record company for it to be. Another quote from Lucian Grange. So he's saying real artists don't have their royalties diluted by noise and other content that has no meaningful engagement whatsoever from music fans. Now, does this include the program they signed to a record deal for 20 albums that create songs using the sound of rain? Here's one of their hits. Such a great real artist, don't you think? Now, as always, y'all can agree to disagree or agree. Feel free to hit me up at Payusnomind on Instagram, at Payusnomind on Twitter, payusnomind@gmail.com. This is Gift signing off. Pay us no mind. Peace, good people. One.